Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we are playing as the Ottoman Empire. So sorry there wasn't a video on Saturday. We're going to make this episode a little bit longer. Won't make up for us not having that video on Saturday. But also we'll release it essentially as soon as it's ready. So a little bit earlier than usual, earlier on Sunday morning. Now to address a couple things from the comments of the previous episode, a lot of people were thinking that there was different things we had to do here in order to be able to core this in the decisions, and it turns out that this is a bug. We had a couple viewers say that this is a known bug, and the problem is that you have to have Kuwait. So apparently Kuwait, this is what I'm guessing here, Kuwait is considered to be part of French Syria or something like that. I suppose another possibility might be that, it's got the wrong, I guess I don't know how that would have to have the wrong name too as well. But yeah, just that these have been flipped. And so just conquering Kuwait would allow you to core Syria. I don't know, but this is the key here, is that we have to conquer Kuwait, which we'll be able to easily do once we go to war with the British, which we're going to do is once we finish up the war with the Soviet Union. So we should be able to core this, hopefully, if it all works out all right. Again, this DLC, at least with the Ottomans, has a lot of bugs. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed with what I've been seeing with the Ottomans. We've seen several bugs in this series, and other people have reported bugs as well, and we just had a patch that was supposed to fix a lot of the bugs with the DLC. And remember, this is months and months and months after the DLC came out, and you got this new patch coming, and it still doesn't fix all these issues. Just kind of it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that there's still so many bugs after the DLC's been out for so long. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. We're going to be hopefully getting the Soviets knocked out of the war. I don't know. We'll see, guys. I don't know if we'll be able to do it or not. But I'm hoping we can get them to capitulate this episode. So let's see what we can do here. So we've cut all these troops off, so it's just a matter of getting them destroyed now. But I'm not sure how the best way about going about that would be. Let's just slowly attack these units, I suppose, and avoid attacking across rivers. I think that would probably be good. So we're going to attack right here and right here. And I think the river, it goes up along this way, so I don't think we're getting any penalties here for crossing the river, but you see we're still losing, so let's go ahead and help out across this river. And then we have that tank moving forward there. This unit here could go ahead and take this undefended territory, or we can move over here and try and cut that unit off. I suppose that'll work as well. Nobody's taking out this province here, so let's go ahead and have this tank do it real quick, since he can do it nice and quick. We already have somebody going to deal with that, and we got a tank here that could be moving. Let's see if we can beat this cav. I guess it doesn't really matter, because he'll be weak when he gets there. Looking for other areas. We can push forward, like right here. That guy's already going that way. We're getting this here taken care of, and I think we're going to go ahead and support... No, we won't. We'll let them take that. I don't see any advantage of helping them there. Alright, so let's let this baby play. We already moved here. Excellent. Let's go and move this unit a little bit further. Still waiting on that tank to get over here. Excellent. And then what we're going to want to do is just go ahead and cut off this unit. Now, they're already all cut off from supply. But, we want to get them destroyed piecemeal if we can. That's the best way to do it. We are winning there with the mountain troop, or, well, maybe not. Let me take that back. Looks like we're losing now. Alright, so we'll pull it back. There's no reason on fighting a losing battle. Instead, we'll help out here, even if it is, again, across the river. Sometimes you're just going to have to do that. At least they're cut off, and so they don't have any supply. I don't know where this guy's going, but why don't you go this way instead and get across this river. This guy here, we're going to have him attack right there. We'll cut off that unit. That looks like somebody already won there, so I suppose it's irrelevant. But yeah, we'll go and push forward there. Push forward here as well, and let's cut these guys off. Yeah, and that'll allow us to cut those two. Alright, excellent. And let's go ahead and we're going to attack that cav, because you see he's moving there anyways. It's looking for other areas to move. I guess we're going to race down. We need to get victory points. But if they're only worth 1 point, this is worth 5, 3, and 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and race up here. And then from there, go over to here, and then down to here with this tank, and then from there, down to this way. Just going after victory points, because I think, because we have this territory here, we might not have to go as far as we typically do. We often have to go up to the Ural Mountains in order to get them to capitulate, or even sometimes beyond that. But since we're already down here, we might not have to go as far. Maybe like right up to this way. Of course, we got to get this conquered. So that's going to be needed. And we still have many victory points, key victory points we don't have yet, including Moscow. And it looks like the Germans are going after that. That's not good. I don't want the Germans to go after that. I was trying to go around them, but that has not been effective. Okay, well, let's go this way then instead. And we'll send this guy in there as well. Though, you know what? He could probably win there once these two divisions take off. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get to Moscow in time. Before the Germans is what I want to do. We didn't cut off that unit there. He got out, unfortunately. Let's go and attack these guys here. They're about to... Yeah, it looks like they're about to take that province right there. It's going to be a couple days, though, so we might be able to stop them. We'll see. Yeah, let's go and try attacking right here. These two units. And let's go and push forward here as well. You can see we're actually starting to get some assistance from our German allies now. They're starting to do something for once, which we haven't seen a lot of action from them. They've been really slow. Yeah, you can see they're all attacking all throughout here. Alright, well that's good that they're helping, I suppose. I mean, there is the fact to consider that we don't really want them getting participation points, so it was probably better when they weren't helping, when I actually think about it. Alright, let's go up this way, or actually, you know what, let's go up this way instead. This unit's going to go over here. We might attack him there next. But again, I'd love to get them all cut off so we don't have to fight them all the way across the Soviet territory. Because we do still got a lot of territory we have to take to get this done. It looks like we were able to destroy that unit before they could connect it. Excellent. This guy is going over here. Let's go and push forward with this unit over to that victory point then. The planes. I have not moved these into the new regions. Obviously, we're still fighting here, but we could be moving our planes closer. There's no reason not to move them over to this airbase. Here, we're not fighting here as much. Might be better to move some of those planes over this way. There's not a lot of air bases. And there's no room on this one. But I think we're going to overstuff it a little bit. And go ahead and get some planes over here. We don't have any planes over here. Okay, well that would be, it would be wise to probably move some then. Alright, so that's what we're going to do, though I think we're going to have to pull some from the stockpile. What we'll do is we're going to take... See who has the better coverage of this zone. I guess these guys are better over here. So let's go and take this the close air support here and move him to this airbase here. And we'll do the more ground crews here as well. And then on this airbase, we're going to go ahead and add some more fighters. Because we do have a few here. And we'll get them up to 100. It's weird having the 100 size air wings for all of our fighters in close air support, because I typically have the 200. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. So let's go and put the 100 planes there, and could put more naval bombers out there, but I don't think they're really going to do anything. There's not really anything to attack, I don't think. Alright, so now that those units have moved, let's go and attack here. I know we're attacking into forts. Looks like we should be successful in that attack. Alright, so we also won here. Looks like it was costly on the equipment and the organization here getting that win, but we did get the win. Let's go and attack these guys now. And he's still taking that out. We'll have him come over here as soon as he's done. Just looking for more openings that we can take advantage of. Not seeing anything just yet. Got something here though, so let's go and push forward right there. And this should allow us to cut off those units right there. Just looking for your units that aren't doing anything. They're sitting around. Alright, so let's have this guy push forward, and you know what, actually, let's have this guy push forward here. We'll have the tank move forward here, and this unit can get his butt over here. And whatever he wants to do, he can do it. And we'll cut this guy off now. Yeah, that should cut him off. And let's have him going this way, and he's already got a nice order taken care of. Let's go and push forward here. Alright, so I'm building more military factories as well, guys. We are not in a great position when it comes to the military factories. I guess we're going to push forward here, just make sure they can't take, you know, take Leningrad back. Get up behind them. I know this doesn't help towards capitulating them, though. Alright, so we're attacking there. We were able to stop them from pushing forward there. Let's go ahead and get across this river here, and if we can get over to this area here, which we already have these guys. Oops. Oh, Lord. Alright, well, that did not work. Shouldn't have done that. A lot of cars outside for Saturday. So we need 150 political powers. We're not quite there yet. And as for the air experience, we're gonna let that get as high as possible, I think, because man, I would really like to use it for the 1944 planes, but you know what? I don't think we're gonna be able to. We're probably gonna have to use it for one of the older models. We'll let it go up for now, and we'll use like a good. You know what? We could do it now, I suppose. What's the one we're gonna research the last? Probably the naval bombers. So yeah, it might be wise to do the naval bombers instead of somebody else, because the fighters are just not going to be we're going to research them first, so that we just won't be able to use that for as long. But I guess we're still a ways away from 1944 when we'll start researching that, and then we still got to produce them and stuff. So you know what? I guess we will. I'm going to do this a little bit different than I typically do. We're going to go ahead and spend some on here, but I don't want to spend all of it over here. So let's do. We'll have to do 2 to reliability. And yeah, just 1 into everything else. And that'll spend some of it. And give us our first Mark 1 variant here. I just don't want to spend too much on these old fighter models here. Oops. We need to update this one. Now we lost a little bit of efficiency there, of course. That's alright. And we actually have military factories to get assigned, so let's go and do that. We have 3 of them. We're building a lot of military factories right now. Let's go and see what all we need. Infantry equipment could probably be pulled back on, although we are losing a lot now. Artillery, anti-air, those need to put into, and then I really think we need to focus on the Air Force, because this, our Air Force is really not all that impressive. Yeah, we could probably pull back a bit on the infantry equipment, even though we're losing some. We have a lot, and we'll get more once the Soviets capitulate, so I'm not too worried about that. I guess the 5 for the anti-air is probably fine. If I was to put another one in there, I'd want to pull it from anti-tanks instead, since we're doing good on anti-tanks now. Could put more into the tanks, and I think we will. Let's put some more into that, and then the rest are just going to go into these planes here. All right, excellent. That does mean we have to trade for more aluminum. Trade for 1 more there, and the rubber's looking kind of short too. Are we building? No, we're not. We're just going to trade for it, guys. Yeah, I think we're just going to trade for the rubber for now. So let's trade with, who do we want to trade with? Obviously not anybody who's a future enemy. So maybe Siam? Yeah, we'll trade with Siam. We don't know what Siam's going to do. It's really hard to say who they're going to join now, since the Japanese are communist. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with Siam. I would assume they might not join the conflict at all. Yeah, we might not. We might see them stay neutral for the entire conflict. Seeing it get pushed forward here. Again, the Green Army is very overextended. Let's go and throw some more troops into this Red Army, so we can try and get, trying to assign them a little bit more, pull the Green Army back. Obviously, they can't handle everything they're currently doing. And I almost want to just, I mean, these aren't worth like a ton of victory points, all these ones here. There is a 5-pointer there, and one right there, so maybe we want to go over this way. So you know what? I think we're going to pull back all of this here, guys. Now, we only have 1 division down there anyways, so not going to have much of an effect. But yeah, I think that'd be helpful, at least a little bit. All right, so pushing forward over here. This guy's going to go over this way, I suppose, get that mountain troop cut off. This one here is going to go forward up into these provinces here. You know what, actually, let's try and get across that river if we can. And let's just make sure no other units sitting around. Yeah, we got one right here not doing anything. So let's get them moving. This guy's going to come over here next. Just take some of these undefended provinces, so we don't have to push troops into it. And we'll go all the way down to here, because I don't think there's a unit there either. Alright, we can go ahead and push forward here now. Let's go and do that. And once these guys finish up their defense, they can now attack into this territory here. And this should result in us having these troops here cut off. So what we're going to do is have him start pushing forward as soon as he gets to his new province. Let's go ahead and go this way now. Nobody's taking Moscow yet. Let's go ahead and, I almost want to let them fail their attack before we do our own. But we'll go and attack here. And then let's go ahead and send the tanks in too. It looks like the attack will fail as long as it's part of theirs. Because again, they're attacking across that river. So let's just pull it back then in that particular case. Let our troops get more organization. Let that German one fail. We did get our national focus. Excellent. These are the naval ones. We'll have to assign that dockyard. Next, we'll get some more dockyards. So we'll grab those real quick. And maybe they're already assigned. Looks like we don't have to assign any. But let's go ahead and put another one into there for, you know, the next dockyard we get. I think one's being used for repairs, actually. Alright, so this guy can move over here somewhere. You know, actually come help this tank out. While this guy continues pushing forward into the Finnish territory. That one's already been taken, so we'll just let the Germans take that, and then we're going to have him push all the way across here. This might be dealt with before that infantry unit even gets over here. Alright, so we won there, but we're being attacked, so we can't move. We got another pocket here, very large pocket of troops to get destroyed. Let's go and work on that unit next, and this guy here is going to have to go over this way and then attack over here. Somebody else, I guess, will have to do that. You know what? Actually, we can have this guy do this. Alright, so let's go and push forward here. Get these troops here cut off. We're attacking there, wiping out those troops. Let's have one guy just kind of... Well, it looks like the Germans are going to finish that up for us, so that's fine. When does this guy leave here? 2 hours, so we'll let him leave and push forward. And... yeah, there's really no victory points over here. Yeah, it's just really taking territory at this point. Alright, so we'll get all that taken care of. And come over here, and yeah, I just need to really start filling these in now. And you know what? Instead of having that one tank unit, wherever the hell he's at, going over that way, let's have him go grab these 5-pointers. In fact, you know what? It'd just be quicker to go down this way and then come back. There's another one right there. That's 5 points as well. That's only one. Okay, so you know what? Let's go after the 5-pointer up here, then down here, and like so. Maybe we'll surround some troops right there as well. Alright, so getting those guys wiped out. This guy here can go ahead, yeah, he's already done that, but we'll give him a further order. And let's go ahead and start pushing forward here now. We'll start moving to meet up with that unit to cut off any troops here. And let's go and help out that German division, destroying that guy there. These guys here can go and start pushing forward into this territory now. Got another pocket of troops that is going to have to get destroyed. So let's go and send this guy over here because I think the tanks got that. A lot of manpower now. So let's go ahead and see how we're doing on equipment. Yeah, we're still lacking the artillery, the anti-tank, and the anti-air. So might want to step up production of those. I put so many into planes. Yeah, let's go and get some more infantry over here, get another tank unit. I can't get any more the mountain troops just yet. We've already hit the cap. But what we can go ahead and do is change up the production and try and help out on this equipment situation. So yeah, let's just do this where you can see we actually have some military factories. And yeah, let's just really focus on all these. I know I just pulled from that anti-tank to go to anti-air, but yeah, I think that we're going to put it back into it since now we're building a lot more units. We're going to need that. We got a tank unit here. They're still attempting to attack here and failing miserably. Yeah, I don't like the idea of attacking into these units here. If we cut these guys off here, which I don't usually use this because it's a gamey tactic, so I'm not doing it intentionally, but if you cut, you know, the rest of the country off from the capital, then all the units in the country are cut off. Some people like to just surround the capital and then just, you know, easily defeat the rest of the country, since nobody has any supply, because supply comes from the capital. I don't use gamey tactics like that, so we're not going to intentionally do that, but it might just happen on its own. It's a possibility. I'm not going to not do it. If we can't, you know, we're going to try and get Moscow as soon as we can. We got to wait until they fail here, though. I don't really want to be a part of this failed attack. Yeah, they just keep on failing at it, too. They're just not doing well. So yeah, we're taking back all this Finnish territory now. We're going to come back around here now and then go into this territory here. Back into the Soviet territory. Alright, so he's pushing forward. He's taking that. Let's just see if we're done down here. Not quite. So let's go ahead and have these units go this way and then attack from there all the way over to here. It's probably going to be done, actually, by the time. So let's just go, you know, let's just attack across the river. It's fine. We got the advanced artillery upgrade. Excellent. That's a nice passive bonus for all of our artillery. And so now we're going to want to get the anti-tank and the anti-air, the last two techs there, so we can get those built, since I actually do require some equipment. A lot of stuff for decisions, but again, you know, most of them all require political power, which our political power is already... We already planned on investing in that. We're attacking across the river there. I'm going to keep it going because we are succeeding. And we have a tank here that could be moving towards victory points rather than just sitting there. So let's go ahead and get him helping us out. I almost want to just race across here. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just race across, and I know he'll have to do some fighting, but if he wins those fights, then it doesn't matter. Let's go and have this guy come over here. Make sure he's assigned to this front, and maybe we'll do something similar with him. And we should probably start pushing these troops back now. Actually, you know what, we'll just attack here. But yeah, I do want credit for killing some of these units, so let's do that. I'm not sure why we're not attacking that unit there. Whatever. This guy here, let's have... Okay, so he's coming up that way. Let's have this guy go down here then. And then this unit here will attack these guys. Alright, about to close this up here, though we are having to defend right there. Let's go and push forward here. And you know what? Let's have this guy help out this way while he goes across that river. It's like we finished that up, so these troops should be on the move now. Let's just put them on the main front here. And then he can get across this undefended river. Alright, looking good, man. Still haven't got this pocket. They keep on attacking Moscow. We need it to fail. Alright, let's now attack with our own troops into Moscow. With those weakened units. And then we'll get possession of it. I mean, we're going to get possession no matter what. But I mean, we'll get credit for taking it. Fall of Rome. This is what I was worried about. Is British invasions of Italy. I told you that if the British invaded Italy, it would not be the same situation here where they got stymied. Yeah, you can see that they're not having any success here. The Germans were able to stop their advance, but if they go into Italy, then it's a completely different situation. So, yeah, the British did exactly what I was fearing they would do, and now they're gonna probably roll right over Italy. We'll have to rely on the Germans to stop them because we're not really in a position to, and we just can't send any troops that way, I don't think. Let's take a look at the equipment again. Yeah, artillery is still a problem. Anti-tanks, or excuse me, tanks are also a problem. Let's go with the artillery. Try and get that situation sorted. I guess we can also put those into the light tanks. And it seems we are short on tungsten enough now where we're gonna have to trade for another factory worth with the Portuguese. I guess we don't have to trade with the Portuguese. Let me take a look, see if any of these troops are ready to move over to the Red Army. They are. Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and get them assigned over to this main front here, and we're going to want to pull back the Green Army even further. Again, just because they have such a wide front here. Even though we have decreased the size of their front overall, we are actually having to fight somebody there, a cav unit. This guy could help us fill this in, so could this guy. Let's go and start pushing forward here. It looks like we lost that attack across the river. Not surprising, I suppose. And is anybody pushing towards Herm? It looks like that's a no. So let's go ahead and do that then. Okay, and that guy's coming over here, so let's have this unit start taking some of this mountain territory, so hopefully we don't have to fight anybody there. Take it while it's undefended. And yeah, let's just have him push forward now. And it looks like we got this area here cut off. Yeah, that's a large number of troops, just about. We're having to fight a tank unit there. Okay, I guess we'll let him move there. But yeah, we got the win. Excellent. And now you got like a weird situation here. Yeah, it's very strange. We did get Moscow. Yeah, it looks like we should get there before anybody else. What we're gonna want to do is create a small red frontier. Yeah, up around this way is what I'm thinking. Let's get Moscow first. When do we get there? We're there. All right, so let's go ahead and have these guys get on this frontier. And we can't move the tank onto that just yet, but we can move these two. Well, we gotta wait for both of them to stop moving. Never mind. And we'll try and push forward here, at least help with the... Yeah, that's not gonna work. That was very ineffective. All right, let's just have them go there. And we're getting one last province there destroyed. Let me see if there's anywhere where we can move forward here. We're gonna help out with this unit. And then let's push forward here. Looks like they decided to attack us across the river there. That was foolish. All the units here are just about done with. So let's go and just finish it up. Get that wrapped up. Let's go and push forward here with the tanks. And let's see what else we need to do. So they're coming up from the back here. So we need a unit to kind of fill this in. And this unit here, I guess, will go down this way. Alright, excellent. Let's keep them moving forward. We do not need to defend any of this. So let's not have Red Army units going all the way up there. We almost have 2 full-size armies here. So that's nice. This tank clearly lost on whatever he was doing, or maybe he wasn't doing anything. Yeah, I'm confusing him with another one. Yeah, just no victory points over this way, so I mean, I think we have most of the key ones outside of Moscow, so I think this is really just a matter of taking provinces now. Yeah, taking provinces, cutting troops off, that kind of good stuff. Let's see what we can do here. This guy can push forward this way. Oh, this guy go here. Yeah, just make sure units are a unit we see is moving forward. Ah, damn. Alright, so we lost that attack. We get another factory. Alright, so yeah, we're taking a lot of factories from the Soviets. Doing pretty good in that regard. Seeing what else we need. Maybe artillery, just keep on pumping in that artillery so we can keep building units. Because as we build more and more units, we're going to have more and more artillery needs, of course. So yeah, we'll go over to the 12 there. And this guy's about to be cut off, so let's go and attack him now. Oh, damn. I thought he would stay going that route. Apparently not. And it looks like we have no green army troops assigned to this. I don't know how that happened. This is supposed to be a green front. Oh, there's the red front. Okay, it was underneath the green one. Okay, so let's see how we want to go about doing this. These are all fortified provinces, and these troops aren't cut off because, well, I don't know where the new capital is. I guess we should take a look. Not seen it anywhere. Okay, that's what I thought. It's way over here. So if we could just get a tank unit to shoot up this way, and then you got all these units over here cut off technically. Again, I'm not doing it as using that as a tactic, but we were going to do that anyway, shoot up here just so nobody can retreat. I don't think it matters anyways. I think we're just about done here, guys. Just about done. Let's go and push forward here. And here. And then just try and keep all of our units attacking the same location, since they have forts here. So if we gotta fight them in the forts, then let's at least outnumber them. Let's have this unit come down to here. I don't even think he'll get there without facing some resistance, but potentially. So that guy's going over here. Let's go ahead and have, oh lord, let's lock that guy down. Have this guy come over this way then. And he's just gonna go there for now. Alright, pushing forward towards that victory point. Let's just take a look, see how close they are towards capitulating. 96%. Alright, so we'll go a little bit longer, and then we'll take a look at the casualties, because, you know, we only have, you know, a limited number of time here to be able to look at it before they're defeated. I want to make sure we can see how we did in that regard. And then this tank unit, let's have him come up over here. Try and go where he's not going to have to bite anybody. I don't know what he's doing, but let's have him go over this way. I think he's assigned to that front. Won't matter, that front should be gone by the time he finishes his orders. Alright, looking good. We actually have 2 red fronts there now. Okay, lovely. Alright, let's have this guy come over here, and let's just go and push forward this way. We already have the tank doing that, never mind, so we'll have this guy go up this way then. Because, yeah, victory points don't really matter anymore. It's just about taking... I mean, there's a few victory points left, but for the most part, this is about just taking provinces now. Just need to get the provinces taken. Let's go ahead and try and wipe that unit out there. Push him back, I should say. And we are at 150 now. Excellent. So we wanted not to change the conscription up, but to change over to war economy. Huh. We can't do that because they don't have enough factories. The Soviet Union doesn't have enough factories anymore. Alright, so that's a shame. That's what I was saving that for. But it took us so long to take it that the Soviet Union doesn't have the factories to justify doing that anymore. So we'll have to wait until we go to war with the British. So let's just keep the 150 kilopower so that as soon as we go to war with the British, we can change over to war economy. It's too important not to. That's a lot of civilian factories that'll be freed up. So yeah, I really want to make sure we're able to get that. Make sure these guys are still training. We did get the concentrated industry 5. So now let's go ahead and go after, we really need that rubber. So we're gonna do the modern rubber processing. We don't have any troops down that way. This tank has finally finished up his order, taking all those victory points. We'll see if they try and take it back. And so now it's just about filling this in here. So let's go and have those guys do that. Well, this unit here, I suppose, is gonna thicken this up. I don't think there's any units here that are cut off. So yeah, it's just really wrapping it up. This unit here has moved to his assignment, so let's go ahead and have him now go all the way up to that airbase. Try and make it so they don't have any air support. I suppose we should take a look at our own air support now, since we're fighting in different areas. Maybe move them all over to here. Doesn't look like we have a lot of space there, though. All right, so we're going to move him there. This other fighter is going to have to move somewhere else. We are still fighting here. A little bit. Well, we already have planes there. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Let's have this guy go over to this area then. Okay, that looks good. Should be able to gain control of all those regions, slowing down their troops. We don't want to attack. Oh, okay, hold up. We are not doing this right. Let's have these guys go down to our own territory. This doesn't make sense. So he'll come over here, and then we're going to do is we're going to have him go from our territory up to here. Yeah, that's the better way of doing that. Losing this attack, so we'll just go ahead and stop it. No reason to try and force losing attacks. Let's go and attack right there. And, might need to wait for their organization to get up a little bit. Yeah, they're not looking good. So yeah, 2 Red Army fronts there. I'm not going to fix it, though. I don't think it's worth it. Outside of this guy, let's make sure that these units start moving over to this front now. I'll attack that cav unit, I suppose. This is now cut off, so let's go and finish that up. And we actually have 2 units coming over here. Okay, that's not unnecessary, so let's go this way instead. And then once he finishes here, let's go and attack right there. Germans keep trying to call us to arms here, as do the Italians and the Austrians. And we wouldn't be able to help out over here anyway, because we're not at war with the British, of course. That's something to be mentioned. But you can see that, yeah, the Italians are losing. Yeah, they're having a horrible time. The British are having some success pushing forward there, but again, they really haven't moved the front much there. So I'm not too worried about it. And frankly, I would roll with that. If they defeated Germany or Italy or anything like that, we'd roll with it. We'd betray our allies and then go conquer our allies. This is what we would do. I'd probably even fight them before we fought the British, honestly. Maybe. I don't know. Because fighting them alone would be incredibly challenging. They would be, they got a lot of troops, guys. The Germans and the Austrians and the Italians, fighting all 3 of them on our lonesome with just our puppets. Yeah, that would be quite a conflict. It would not be an easy one. Well, push forward there. I know that guy's... Well, it looks like we probably would still win, just because he's cut off. Let's go now try and attack here. I'm trying to avoid those forts for as long as possible. They're going to be tougher fights. Still winning there. This guy's not doing anything, so let's have him push forward. Do something, man. Tanks are pushing forward here, stretching that front out. These guys have also taken perms, so let's go ahead and have them work on cutting any troops off here while this unit will go up this way. Again, just looking for units sitting around not doing anything, like right here. Alright, so yeah, this is looking good here. This tank unit could help us here. Get all this filled in, since he was the one who made that pocket. Alright, looking good on getting this knocked out. Just going to have these guys go get these last few provinces. We've also taken care of that. And Red Army's front is really, really short here, so let's go ahead and have them cover a bit more. And yeah, this looks good. I'm just trying to finish this up. This is kind of a hassle here. There's a lot of there's a lot of territory with quite a few divisions here if you look at it. And for the pocket size, I mean, a lot more than what we've seen in other pockets. So I think we should probably look at the casualties now, because they're very, very close towards capitulating, 99%. And also looking at total war participation, we're at 44%. That's not bad, guys. Almost 45. Yeah, it looks like it's close enough because you can hover over it. It says 45%. So we should end with 45% total war participation compared to the 32% on the Germans. Finland has 3, Italy has 9, Austria has 1. 1%. Despite having 141 divisions. We have 47 divisions, by the way, guys. 47 divisions. And those aren't large divisions. Those are 20-wit divisions. We have 47 at 44%. Germans have 318, Italy 152, Austria 141. That's the situation, guys. And yet, still, we are doing so well. 105,000 total casualties. Afghanistan has also faced quite a few casualties for considering, same with Iran. Germans 288,000 casualties, 145 for the Italians. They're taking a lot. They're currently 60% towards capitulation here. The Austrians just haven't fought at all. I think they haven't been helping. I think they've just been sitting in their own territory, defending it perhaps. I'm not sure what the hell they're doing, but they're not helping much. We've taken 105,000 casualties now. To the Ottoman or to the Soviets, we have killed 1.8 million. The Germans 1.4, the Italians 718. So yeah, we're not even close to getting the goal of trying to kill more than the Germans and Italians combined. Austrians have killed 171,000 Soviets, though, so not a small number. You know, considering for their war score, you'd think it'd be much smaller. Let's go and go this way. A lot of these guys come over here, and then when they're done, we'll have them push forward here. Guess we'll have him push the front forward. I think that's kind of the key now, is really just pushing the front forward. Attack over that way. These are going to be a little bit harder to take because of the forts. You know, down here, there are some forts, so those are going to be a little bit more difficult to take, despite them being cut off. Is anybody assigned to take that? No. So let's go ahead and make sure somebody grabs it for us. Alright, so now this unit is pushing forward over here, and this should be in our hands now, rather than in Finland's hands. Got a pocket here that needs to get dealt with, so let's go ahead and just start filling it in. We'll cut off these guys first, I suppose. Let's go and attack that unit there. I mean, they're all cut off anyway, but cut off from having further retreat. Alright, so this guy here is going to go this way now. And then let's have these guys push forward as well. You already got somebody to take care of those two, so the tank can go ahead and push forward. I know he's going to the mountains, which is not the best location for the tank to be pushing forward. Yeah, a lot of units just kind of sitting around now. How do we want to do this? Yeah, I kind of feel like I don't really want to. I would like to connect this, though. I mean, it doesn't really matter because they're about to capitulate, but we'll move over here and then just try and just cut all these guys off here. At least help the Germans and Italians get a victory there, since it looks like they're having some trouble. That's the way it appears, anyway. And we might want to assign somebody over to this front because nobody's assigned to it as of right now. I may take these two here and have them come over. Oh, damn it. These two, have them come over here. Alright, so this guy's getting all this taken over. We're going to go through here, grab all that Soviet territory. Again, it's just a matter of time. They should capitulate very, very soon. There's no victory points to kind of force that, but I think that's it right there, actually. Yep, there we go. Soviet Union has capitulated, and we'll get the first turn since we have the most points. We'll be able to take a bit of territory. What I almost want to do is to get this one here, because the fact that, you know, we don't occupy that, it's going to be more expensive. I almost want to grab that one to make sure the Germans don't take it, because I imagine that's what they would try and take. And what the goal here is to try and take all the territory around the Black Sea. Now, also, all this territory in the Caucasus would be ours as well. We might try and take all the stands over. Yeah, I think we might end up doing that as well. But we want to puppet the Soviets, and we want to do it first, because otherwise somebody else will do it. Oh man, that's going to be like all our points. Might be worth it though, and it's going to puppet a lot of territory for them. It's going to be a lot of points, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to start out with that, and then I'm going to try and take over all this territory for myself, just kind of go up around here. Again, I really want that one. Oh damn, it's just too much. What if we did that first? And we might lose Macedonia, which would be unfortunate. But I mean, if that's what we have to do, then that's what we got to do. I'm not sure what we'll be able to get now, guys. I don't really want to create any weird situations on the maps. You know, create map gore. I don't think that would be desirable. So I don't really want to take like really, really cheap ones. I guess up along here we could start working on... We can't even really take anything. You get that 1 pointer there, but no, you can't even get 1 pointer. Okay, so that tells us we're done. All right, so let's go to enter turn. We're puppeting the Soviets. They're going to be getting control of all this, and then we're getting that one province that the Germans occupy and could cheaply get. All the rest of this is going to be more expensive for them to take, but they have so many points, they're going to be able to take territory anyway, guys. I'm not going to be able to stop that. They'll probably puppet some countries and cause us all kinds of issues on the map. That's what I expect. So let's see what they do. Okay, so they took all this territory. That is not the worst situation. I'm fine with them having all that. I'd like to get this for the Soviets, but there's some things that we really need to get for ourselves first, like that one in Macedonia. And, you know, we obviously want all the territory around the Black Sea, so that's something to consider. But, you know, we could just fill this in for the Soviets to stop the Germans from taking that. And this is all cheaper as well, taking it for the Soviets. See where we would want our border to be. What we really need to do is cut them off from being able to take territory. The Germans, I mean. So let's see how we want to do this. I kind of want to give this all to us, is what I'm thinking. But like maybe the Soviets could have that one right there just because it looks better, border-wise. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. And then with all this, if they want to take this territory here, then they can have that. We just need to cut them off here at Kiev. But it's going to be kind of expensive. Let's see what we can do. I think we can take about maybe 300 something points worth. Yeah, maybe somewhere around there is what I'm expecting. I could be wrong on that front though. So we'd want to get that one. If we got these, they could still go around the Black Sea. Also, I kind of want that one. Let me just see here how this looks. I suppose they could have those two if need be. I think it would look better if we had it though. Yeah, it looks better. But yeah, I'm really worried about them taking this territory on the Black Sea. Let's go and start taking it ourselves, because they will take territory that's on a sea and that has a port. So yeah, they could end up taking all this. And I can't really stop them, can I? Not yet. There's 24 pointer there. We also want to take the territory up along here. It seems just the 37 pointer Crimea is too much. But yeah, we need to get all of this here. I guess we can go after Georgia next. And that's probably going to be it. Unless we go over to some of these cheap point ones. That's a 13 pointer, but you can't get it. But yeah, some of these cheap ones over here. You can get the 1 pointers. Again, this could create some serious border issues. So let's just not. Let's just not do it, guys. Let's not have a little green patch of territory here making everything look horrible. So I think that's it. I think that's all a bit of do for this turn. Yeah, at 300. That's what I expected. What did they do? Let's take a look. So they took the rest of that territory that we left them. Okay, yeah, that works out. And they can have this too. Again, I'd prefer for us to get it. I mean, it would look better, honestly, if the Austrians got it or something. I'm not going to use any of my points to get it for them, though. None of this is core territory of the Romanians or any of our puppets. So, yeah, we'll just let them take that, because otherwise it's probably going to cause issues. So let's just make sure we can get all of the stuff around the Black Sea. This is the key to stop them from taking any territory. Now, they could start taking territory from over this way. Looks like the Soviets might have already gotten all this. Yeah, they must have been given that as well. Yeah, I think they were. All right, well, that's fine, because I was going to give that all to the Soviet Union anyways. So that'll stop the Germans over here. So now it's just a matter... Okay, there's also up here, they took that, didn't they? All right, so Germany's trying to create territory up here, so we need to use the Soviets to fix that. So let's go ahead and get the Soviets, and then go ahead and take... it looks like the Germans will just get to keep that, I suppose. Can't really stop that. So yeah, the Germans will have a little patch of territory up here. But again, as I said, they will take any coastal territory. So we want to stop that madness. And this is all real cheap here. It does connect it all with this here. I could just go and grab all this for the Soviets since it's so cheap. But I also want to make sure they don't free any of this territory. So that's something to consider as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and start getting stuff for ourselves again. Yeah, because we don't want them puppeting in any of these countries, which they might want to do. Damn it. Yeah, we just can't get anything over here now. What if we stop trying to take those two? Instead focused on this territory here. Could we get that one? Nope, we can't get Armenia. Ah, that's a bummer. I guess we can go after that. I'm looking at countries that could be freed though, and Azerbaijan and Armenia are the two issues that I'm seeing. Of course there's the stands as well, but we might not be able to stop that, guys. We're not gonna be able to stop any of this, huh? Alright, so can't take any of that. Alright, that's a bummer. Yeah, I can't get any of this. So I suppose we should focus on over here where it's cheap. And I want this all for myself. I'm going to try and connect it immediately. Looks like we can't. Let's hoping we can connect it. Yeah, it's all too expensive. Could also free all this territory. That'd be an option as well. Not free it, but make them into puppets, I mean. Alright, so that's Turkmenistan. I guess we'll go here next and here. With the goal of like connecting next turn. We'll see if this works out. I hope this doesn't result in a terrible map situation. And get that one pointer there. And right there. And just get these really cheap ones. Alright, so that's what we're going to be able to do. I hope I didn't mess the map up, guys. We'll see. Let's see what the Germans did. They puppeted Mongolia. Okay, out of all the people they could puppet, I'm absolutely fine with that. They haven't finished over here yet. Yeah, they took the one, but they still have territory here they could take. So hopefully they spend their turns doing that and not puppeting countries here, which I'm a little worried they're going to do. So let's really try and get as much as we can here, but at the very least these two, since they can puppet them. They can't puppet the Soviet Union, so we'll get this later. The key here is to stop them from puppeting the stands. They might be able to puppet Kazakhstan because that's the larger one. I think that's all like through here. We can see if we can get it all. I don't think so though. No, we can't. So rather than make the map look horrible, if they do decide to puppet Kazakhstan, let's just let them, if they decide to do that, then they decide to do that. We'll focus over here with our points. Because yeah, we did stop the Germans from taking any territory over here. Alright, so can't get that. That's 13 points. What about the 10? No. Can't get that either. That's part of Kazakhstan, so don't want to do that. If we can't get 10, we're obviously not going to be able to get a 12 pointer. I suppose we can take territory for the Soviets now. Oh, if there's anything we can get that's cheap. We had talked about getting these ones over here. I don't think we can get both. No, we can get the 1 pointer and the 2 pointer. That's 0 points. So yeah, just get the ones that don't cost anything up along here. See if there's any other really cheap ones. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we're able to get for the Soviets here. Alright, I say the Soviets, we should call them the Russians though. They're not going to be Soviets anymore. Looks like they didn't have enough points to do anything. Alright, awesome. So that means we can stop them from taking Kazakhstan. Hopefully, if we have enough points. And I think that's the last thing there is to puppet, guys. There's Tanu Tuva. They could puppet that as well, but I don't care. If they want to do that, then let them. Alright, so none of this is Kazakhstan territory. I think this is the last one here. Oh, no, we got one more. Watch them like be able to puppet that last one. That's it. Alright, so we stopped them from taking Kazakhstan. Excellent. So I wanted all this territory for ourselves, all the stands, and the Soviets can have the rest, is what I'm thinking. Now, there are some good resources here maybe we do want for ourselves, and also we have to consider the map, too. Now, I want all this. We already know we want all this. Let's go and start closing it in now. And is all that going to go to us, or any going to the Soviets? Yeah, I think all of this is going to us. It's going to result in a little bit of a weird map situation here, but it's not too bad. It could be much worse. Alright, so can't get the 13 pointers. We'll see if there's anything the Soviets can get over here. Some of this cheap stuff. Get a 5 pointer there. And that's probably going to be it. Okay, so let's go to end our turn. I imagine the Germans have some points to do something, right? No. There's still this territory here. Maybe they're done. Maybe they're quitting. It looks like they're not even here anymore. I think they might have given up. Like they're done. Yeah, seems that the Germans have decided to be done. All right, well, that's interesting. That means we'll get to control the rest of the treaty, probably. Although Finland could do something, too. Yeah, because all the points from Germany and Italy went to Finland. But what is Finland going to do? I guess they could puppet somebody. But that's pretty much it. Tanituva? Yeah, I suppose that's it. They could puppet somebody over here, so maybe we should deal with this. Let's figure out what we want to do with it. It doesn't make any sense to give it to us. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense to give it to us. The Austrians didn't do a whole lot. I think border-wise, it'd probably look best if the Germans had it, honestly. I'm not entirely sure why they don't want it, but I think to create a better looking map, we should just give it to the Germans. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Since they're giving up, and we know they're not going to take it for themselves. So let's give those to the Germans. Just to make the map look better. They'll have this little tiny finger here poking into Romania. Alright, so we could also go ahead and deal with Tanituva, so there's nothing else they'll be able to do, because I don't think there's anything to be freed here. So yeah, I think that would be the next thing to do, is go ahead and just give all this territory to the Soviets now. Just to get over here to Tanituva. Alright, so yeah, give all that to them. And I think we're going to let them... We'll look at the map. But yeah, we might just give all this to them too. We'll see how it looks. We'll go and start back on our own territory, because we want... see how we want this to look. Obviously, you have to get those ones. And probably that one as well. Could give that to the Soviets, I suppose. We'll see how it looks. We might be able to finish this up, actually. I feel like this one has to go to us. It also has more resources, in which, if you're trying to make the map look good, you'd have to take these ones. Probably, maybe not that one. Yeah, I remember dealing with this territory before. There's really no way to make it look good. Yeah, either it's going to go in this way, or... yeah. It's either going to go this way, or we're going to go into their territory. Yeah. As far as this one here, I guess we could take that one. Just taking a look. There's a little bit of steel there. Alright, but we know that the Soviets are going to get all this, so let's go and get this for them now. And then let's go and... oh, we can't take all that. Okay, so let's go and end our turn now. And see how this looks. How our borders look, see if we want to extend them anywhere. It's not great. It could be better. Could be worse too, though. Could be worse. This kind of goes up along the river, so it makes sense for them to have it, I think. Rivers are natural borders. It makes sense. As far as here... yeah, if you take this one, you have to take this one. So you could take all that for us, just to kind of stretch this out a bit. And I really don't like the way that looks, honestly. You can't get that one, though. So yeah, we have to give that one away. What about up along here? None of this is even useful territory, so I think we're going to give that all to them. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Just give all this to the Soviets. Again, I'm not sure what I want to do with these ones just yet. So let's deal with the territory we do know. Like, we know we want to give this to the Soviets. And that one as well. And that one has to go to them. It's a good thing that this is a longer episode. I always forget just how long these peace treaties can take. Now, this one could go to either of us. It might look better in their hands, but there's 34 steel there, and we are always needing steel. So we could give it to ourselves instead. Let's go ahead and end our turn, since nobody else can do anything. And we can kind of take a look how it all looks here. Like, if we were to give that to ourselves instead, I don't think that would look horrible. If you gave them the rest of this. You don't want this little thing sticking out here. I think we will take that one, guys, just for the steel. So, whoops, we have the Soviets selected still, my bad. So yeah, let's go and take that for ourselves, and we'll just see how it looks. I don't think anybody else is doing anything right now. Yeah, there's not really anything else to be done. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so now it's just a matter of dealing with this territory here. That obviously has to go to the Soviets. Is there anything else we can take that we might want to? Again, I feel like this fits with the river, and thus, yeah, it doesn't make any sense to take any more. No matter what, this one's going to cause problems. So I think we're just going to give it to them. Yeah, I think it looks better that way. Alright, so I think they're going to get the rest of this territory here, guys. Give that all to the Soviets. I think that's it as well. I don't think there's anything else left to do. Let's end the turn. And yeah, it's not the worst borders. It's not the prettiest either. But you know, we are limited by the way the states look. And yeah, there's nothing else to do, so let's go and say we're done. This long peace treaty. And it didn't work out as bad as I was thinking it was going to. It was much, much better. So now we have Russia, and they are non-aligned. They are in the Central Powers, of course, and they are our puppet. Of course, we are not at war with the British just yet, so they're not at war with the British. Alright, so that's the way it looks. That's the borders, guys. So Russia's still incredibly powerful. So they're going to be a very, very powerful puppet here. Just looking at their totals here for their factories. 44 civilian factories. That's not very many, but you know, they have a few. 82 military factories. That's more than we had the last time I looked, and 4 dockyards. Looking at ourselves, I mean, you could also just look over here. We have 121 civilian factories with 50 military factories. So yeah, we have a lot less military factories. And in fact, all of those military factories we lost from giving that territory back to Russia is going to mess up our production line. So we're going to have to go take a look at that. We do have a lot of civilian factories, though. Quite a few. Yeah, it's a good number of civilian factories. You can see like the Germans and how they look. 153 civilian factories, 184 military factories. We have almost as many civilian factories, surprisingly, as the Germans do. The Italians, no point on looking at them. Say the fact that they have lost a lot of their territory. Yeah, they are losing. They are not doing well over there. But now the Germans can focus entirely on these British invasions, getting the invasion there and the invasion in Italy taken care of. So they'll be able to focus entirely on that, and I think you know, this is the beginning of the end for the Brits. All right, so let's go and take our own troops and get them moved to the new theaters, which are going to be here. And you know what? That might be it. I don't think I'm going to help our allies. Yeah, if they want to defeat the Italians, and that's fine. But, you know, we can't send 2 armies down here. That'd be too many troops. So that's not really an option. I guess the question is, which army do you want to send down there first? Well, this general here, if it comes down to generals, we want the Desert Fox. That makes the most sense, obviously. So we should send the Desert Fox general over there. He's a level 5. Other general's level 6, almost level 7. He's almost level 6 though, so he's 1 level behind exactly, essentially. So I guess we'll send the Red Army. We could always just switch the generals up as well. Let me just take a look at how they're looking. We might want to change up the division composition a bit. Yeah, let's go and get these guys assigned first though. We're gonna take I want to take that, so we'll probably send somebody over there from this army. I don't want that one. Alright, so let's go ahead and take some of the divisions from the Red Army or from the Green Army and put them in the Red Army, because we only have, let me see, we have 3 tanks and 1 of the mountain troops. While over here we have 2 mountain troops, so let's move 1 of those over here. And as for the tanks, we have 4. So let's go and move 1 of the tanks over here as well. Actually, you know, we'll probably want to put the whole army. I know that we're going to have supply issues, guys. Yeah, that's going to be obvious. There's really no way to avoid that, I think. Alright, so let's go and have these guys get a front here. Yeah, but I don't think we'll be able to avoid having supply issues, guys. It's going to be, unfortunately, something we just have to deal with. So getting that should allow us to take that decision. Let me see if there's any other decisions available to us, though, because we have just taken over a lot of territory we have under our control. Let me just see if there's anything we can do here. No, not yet. Not quite. I think a lot of that territory has to do with here. I'm surprised we don't have anything for over here, like Armenia or anything. Do we not have anything, decision for any of that territory? Let's just take a look. Alright, so this one is, you know, with the Balkans, and we don't have Albania. Yeah, that territory that Italy has is stopping us from doing that one. These are the 2 islands that we don't have. Cyprus, which is under British control, so that's what we're going to want to do. We're going to attack their islands. But the other one is under the Italians' control, so, you know, it's not really a possibility. This is, again, in the Balkans. Yeah, we don't have this territory just yet, either. This is Some of it's under Romanian hands, some of it's under Austrian hands. This is the one that we need to go take that province over there to be able to get the core on Syria. Obviously, Palestine and Jordan will be getting the control of those as soon as we invade that territory. That's Iraq. So what we're probably going to want to start doing... See, here's the one for Kuwait. So yeah, we're going to want to get all this as well. Kind of go through them all. So that's all Egypt. Yeah, and this is all into Northern Africa here. Okay, so yeah, we'll get all those troops moving. With the Green Army, which isn't doing anything anymore, we're going to want to set up a naval invasion there, I suppose. We'll just set them all onto that for right now. We only do 10, I suppose. Or, you know what? We might not be able to do any. No, we have the naval invasion tech. Okay, so yeah, we'll set up a naval invasion here for now. I don't think we'll send all the army, of course. We'll only be able to send 10, first of all. So we'll send as many as we can. We'll change up their assignment later. Let's just get them moving down there for now. And the rest of them, I guess you'd want to make sure that they're also moving down here. So what you'd want to do is like... Probably give them like a fallback line. Put them all over there. Oops. Damn it. That was not right. Wrong army there, guys. Damn. I had the red army selected. So that did not go the way I wanted it to. So let's redo this. We got to redo all of our orders now. And then we'd want to like pick and choose who's doing the invasions. Like the mountain division's fine, but we don't want any tanks going. And we'll train all these guys up once they get to their location here. And we can do 2 more. Alright, and then the other 10 divisions will go there. But the Red Army's now all messed up. I gotta fix them again. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, so everybody get moving to their locations. And again, we're just holding on to the 150 political power until we go to war with the British. So I don't think there's anything else to do except for, yes, take a look at the factories and the supply situation, which we probably don't need to trade for the resources we're trading for now. Everybody's canceling their Lend-Lease because we're no longer in the war. Pull back all this. You know what? Before we mess with the resources, we should probably take a look at the factory situation, since we just lost a ton of factories. Quite a few factories, guys. We did just get a bunch of equipment from the Soviets, though, so that's something to consider. We can actually pull back quite a bit on some of this stuff, which is good, since we're now hurting on a lot of stuff. Artillery will pull back on that. But yeah, all these factories here are going to have to get filled in. We'll go 4 for the anti-tanks, 5 for the improved anti-air. Maybe even pull back on, because yeah, just not happy with the amount of factories we have going towards the planes right now. Now, we are building more factories, so you know what, it's fine if these aren't filled in. Because I believe we're still building military factories. Yeah, we're getting all that done. We could, I think these are all for resources, so we'll keep that building. We could also build in Soviet territory for resources as well. Let's go and take a look at the supply situation now. Looks like we're good to go with the resources, I mean. Alright, so yeah, let's just get all these units moving to their new locations so that we can declare war on the British. And Russia wants to send us Lend-Lease. That's not worth it. And besides, we have to worry about their autonomy. They'll probably help out in the war. War's a lot as big and powerful as they are. And thus we do have to worry about their autonomy getting too high. We'll have to build in their territory. I think that's the next thing we're going to start working on, in fact, is to start trying to annex some of our subjects. We'll start with Iraq. So we'll want to get them annexed, and thus we need to start building in their territory or Lend-Leasing them equipment. Whichever one we want to do here. We could Lend-Lease them some convoys, I suppose. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just start Lend-Leasing equipment. Oh, well, you know what? We don't really have the political power, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I suppose we have to wait. There's no point on working on this if we can't even do it because of the lack of political power. So we'll wait until we're more able to actually annex them once we have spare political power. For right now, though, you know, obviously we got other things we want to spend it on. There's a lot of things to spend it on. We could also finally deal with Kurdistan here. Remember, we are getting those penalties there, so it'd be nice to get rid of them. Yeah, this reduces the resources here. It's affecting our oil. And, of course, this affects just about everything. We could go ahead and speed this up, since we're just waiting for troops to move. Hopefully they're all moving on the railroads. But, you know, the AI sometimes doesn't do what would make sense. Okay, so, yeah, they are all moving. All on the railroads. And you see that the Germans got to pull all these troops out of here. A lot of movement happening here, guys. But we should start seeing... Wow, look at this. I'm surprised the Italians haven't capitulated yet. But yeah, we should start seeing the Germans push them back across all fronts now that they're getting more troops. Yeah, you can already see greens popping up over here, greens over here. Italy did just capitulate. Now, that will not affect their island territory, though. Or Albania. So they still have territory. But yeah, look at this, man. The Italians were defeated by the British. Not surprising. I had said that if they, that's what I was worried about. That if they invaded the Italians, then we'd be in trouble. They're also pushing forward into Austrian territory now. But you can see that it did not take long. As soon as the Germans could put their full force over here, they're pushed right back into the sea. We're going to start having some serious resistance issues. I'm sure we're spending a ton of manpower. Or actually, you know what? It's not that bad. 6.3 thousand. Yeah, that's not too shabby, I suppose. But we will start having some resistance issues, guys. We did get all these troops over here. They are taking some attrition. Let's take a look at the... Yeah, the infrastructure is far too low here. But... Let me take a look and see which route it's going through. Yeah, because this is so low. It's, gotta go all the way around here. So these level 3s are what's causing the issue. So we need to get all these up to level 5, frankly. Yeah, we're gonna have to get them all up to... We don't have to get right there up to level 5, I suppose. Probably not right there either. I think we'll be okay on that front. But all this needs to be increased because we are gonna take supply or attrition until we do. I suppose we'll let them finish up the factories first. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Let them finish up the factories. We might wait a little bit before we go to this war, guys. Oh, put that down the bottom. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I might wait a little bit and get some of these situations dealt with first. It might be wise. In fact, it might even be a good idea to pull some of these divisions back. Although it's all German divisions. That's what's costing us our supply there. We also want... We will accept any Lend-Lease offers. We also want to move our planes. We got them still up here. No reason to have them up there anymore. So let's go move this guy down here. We got a lot of airbase space. But let's go ahead and say to not fly overhead if there's nobody to fight. There's really no reason for that. And then we're going to want to take one of these fighters, the least experienced. We'll take this guy and move him over to here. Make sure that we have, well, I guess it's just a closer airbase. It's all the same region. I suppose it doesn't really matter that much. This guy's too experienced, so we'll put him over here. So essentially we would have put all of our planes in the same location. And here, this is where I'm trying to put them. We do want to take them all off their orders, of course. Oops. Could train them up if they have a lack of experience. We might end up doing that. And then with these guys here, just get them going over this way. And the naval bombers, we're going to want to change up their focus. And obviously nobody can go through the Black Sea, so that's not an issue anymore. And let's move over to the Mediterranean. Don't want them flying overhead right now, though. Not just yet. Same thing over here. Just get some of these naval bombers. Want to get like a full... I'm not even going to bother building this. They can go there their own. Send them over that way. In fact, let's go and have them train. This guy doesn't need to fly overhead. We have some naval bombers over here. I don't know what else we have in the stockpile plane-wise. We have more fighters, more close air support we can add. And we did get the construction 5. So let's go after the excavation 5 now. And it's got that anti-tank, so we can start building that. Let's go after the anti-air now. And we'll get this updated. So we'll get the new anti-tanks going out there. I don't know if the anti-tanks were even necessary to have in the divisions. The Soviets didn't have that many, they just didn't have very many tanks overall. So we might not have needed to even do that. We did finish up the focus there. And then the British, of course, aren't going to have many either. So we can make two choices. We have two choices. We get to pick one. So we can either go with the Path of the Wolf, and that's going to give us a research bonus for submarines and trade interdiction doctrine. Or we can go with the legacy one here, which would be for light cruisers and battleships. You know, I really don't think we're going to have time, guys, to build up. It's 1943. You know, by the time we'd get them researched and built, I mean, we're talking about like 1948, 1949, maybe later. Yeah, I mean, it would take so long to get them researched and then built. This is too late to build a capital fleet. So yeah, it's the Path of the Wolf for us here. Even that might not even be used. It's interesting they all want to send us all these divisions. Like, where am I going to put them? I don't want to use your divisions, give you points. They saw how well I commanded troops. That's what happened there. They're impressed. And so now they just want me to command all the troops. But I'm not giving you the points, man. Let's take a look at the equipment now that the situation has changed quite a bit. Anti-air is still short. Anti-tanks doing better. Light tanks is definitely kind of short still, so let's do... We already have one more for the anti-air, so we'll keep this as it was, and let's just put these into the tanks, and then any future ones will go into the fighters in the close air support. We are lacking a little bit of resources, not enough to justify trading for. We have another dockyard, so let's go and put that into... We got quite a few dockyards. I'll put them in the submarines, even though I'm not even really using the submarines that much. I guess we can go ahead and start getting some of these guys moved over here. And the United States has canceled our Lend-Lease because, of course, we're not at war anymore. Oh, that's 200 planes. I thought that said 1,200. All right, it doesn't matter because we have air base that's real close. Yeah, I didn't realize what that said. So, yeah, let's go and train up anybody who needs to train up. Have them do the pilot exercises while we wait here. Same thing with these guys here, the naval bombers. All right, he's already training. And I suppose we can go ahead and add another air wing in here, or even get one of these air wings up to 200. Yeah, I know we're going to lose a lot of experience with this one, but let's go ahead and get these guys up to 200, these better ones. And then they might need to train because of the amount of new planes they got. Yeah, so let's go and make sure they train up. So just train our planes up and, you know, get that planning bonus. It just sucks we're taking so much goddamn attrition here, man. So we're losing equipment and manpower because of attrition. Because and it really comes down to the Germans with all those damn troops they have there. We got the advanced special forces here. Could go after the next one, and I guess that's what we'll do. Yeah, let's go and get this one, guys. Make those mountain troops even better. It's such a bummer we can't train anymore just yet. We need to get some of these guys here deployed beforehand. I wonder what happened here. Why we can't deploy these guys? We're set up. Yeah, I don't know if I let the, yeah, not sure if I let this all disappear or whatever. Alright, so yeah, we can get quite a few of these, and we're just trying to get enough till we can, get some of those mountain troops training. Alright, so now have 10 units in training, and the US is once again willing to give us some Lend-Lease, so we'll accept that. So essentially, we have to get the infrastructure here built up, so that we don't have supply issues here because of all the German and Italian divisions that are here. And until we get that taken care of, I don't know that it's going to be possible to push. Well, I mean, it's just so few divisions. I suppose we could just declare war. Maybe that would be for the best. But supply is going to be a continual issue throughout here no matter what. So, you know, it's probably good for our offensive if we build up just a little bit. Maybe just spend like a couple more months building up that infrastructure, and then we'll go ahead and hop into this. I'm interested to see what's going to happen over here in Italy as well. I think I'll be able to push them back. There's a lot of troops here. But yeah, we don't want them getting too high of the war participation too. That's another thing to consider, is that we're not getting war participation right now. And we're going to go a few more minutes, guys, and then we're going to end it, and we'll have to do this war in the next episode. But yeah, we're getting a lot of stuff done here. Yeah, getting a lot of stuff, you know, getting the infrastructure built, getting the planes trained up. So it's not like we're sitting here not doing anything. So I guess we gotta go ahead and make our choice now between the streamlined line or the flexible line. So the difference, of course, is, you know, you're gonna get the cap no matter what. Difference is always with the growth or the retention. So retention is better if you're gonna be changing a lot. Growth helps no matter what, whether you're creating a new line or you're changing a line. While retention only helps if you're changing a line. So, you know what, let's go ahead and go with the streamline line. We've been changing a little bit more than I intended, but part of that has been because of the factory situation. We lost all those factories there for a while. All that territory we had that was Soviet territory. I'm sure the Soviets are now working on getting a bunch of troops trained up. Come help us out. So we got the Path of the Wolf. That was a 35-day one, so nice and quick. And so we can finally move down to here. Research bonuses for radar technology, which we haven't got any radar yet. And then we also get the emergency deployment of defense bases, which will allow us to build air bases, land for a lot of stuff. We can build quite a few things. faster for 720 days. So it might be wise to research the radar right after you get the research bonus so that you can start building the radar while you can build them quicker. Because that's a very nice bonus. It's only 15% for radar, I suppose. The other ones are a little bit better. But yeah, let's go and get that. Let's get it knocked out, guys. I know we also need to finish up the focuses here, but I think we talked about this. There's really nothing here that's going to help us other than the marine and transport research bonuses. Other than that, you're not really getting anything there. Now, we do have 2 more units that are done, so let's go and put these guys. God damn it. I was holding the shift. Wasn't working. Just put them over here now. They're not taking supply. You know, they're not having any supply issues over here, so it's fine having them all in one area. Eventually, we might want to assign some of these to cover our ports if we're looking at potential naval invasions from the British. They might hit us, but I think they're going to be kind of distracted in Italy for some time. We just see artillery. Artillery is still the biggest issue. So we'll put back into that, and now we are short on some resources. Okay, the Soviets have so much. We could just trade one factory. You know, it'd probably make more sense to trade with the Soviets. One factory worth, fix all of our issues. Aluminum is an issue. We could trade with the Soviets for that too, but we do have to consider the fact that we don't want their autonomy getting too high, and then we got to build on their territory. And we're already trading for 80 steel. So yeah, it's just the supply issue here, and we're working on that right now. Yeah, you can see we're getting this built up now. We're getting it all through here, and this should help quite a bit with supply. So we might want to look at building for resources, if there's any resources in our newly owned territory that we really need. Oil's not too much of an issue. I guess tungsten. It doesn't give you much. Yeah, it doesn't help a whole lot. I'll go for that, and not entirely sure where our line is, but I know that we have, I think that's Russian. Here's the line right here. I know we have some territory that would get us some steel. We have the territory over this way as well. We took that one, so that'll give us a little bit. Interesting that so much of the infrastructure has already been built up. Not that one. Yeah, there's a lot of infrastructure that has been built up here. Yeah, we'll just go like up to that, and then maybe get some of these as well. Over here, is this our? No, that's Soviet, or Russian. Excuse me. I'm gonna keep calling them Soviet now. Yeah, just looking for some resources here, guys. I'm probably passing right by some good stuff, but I think this is good. I think this is all Russian. So that's it. That's good for now. And we're probably going to want to get our military factories again being produced. And you know what? More synthetic refineries wouldn't hurt either. So let's go and do that. Let's go and build synthetic refineries. We'll build 2 more of those, and then we'll do some military factories. This will keep civilian factories busy for quite some time. All right, excellent. So we're actually going to have to end the episode here, guys, unfortunately. So we'll be declaring war on the British very, very soon. I'm just trying to get the infrastructure improved here first, which we're working on now. So yeah, here we are getting this built up. So getting this here's Syria and Lebanon built up, I think is key. And so once we've done that, and the attrition isn't this bad, where it's like 17%, you can see our organization is just garbage. I know it's only a few divisions we're fighting, but man, that's horrible. So once we get that built, because we're going to need to have supply all the way down here, so might as well get this built first, and then we'll build as we go. That'll allow us to build the infrastructure as we go, because we are going to be going in Africa, and that's going to be the focus of our campaign against the British, is Africa. I'm going to take over all their African territory. It's going to be mine. Now, we can only, you can't go into all this French territory. It's all been freed. So you'd have to have separate conflicts for that. And you have to justify war goals and all that good stuff. But we can't get Egypt, we can't get Libya. So we'll work on that, and then we'll be pushing south into the rest of the British territory in Africa. And that's what our focus is going to be. And then we'll also, once we have a border with Saudi Arabia, that's what this Green Army is going to do. They're going to come over to Saudi Arabia, and we're going to invade them. Push forward in Saudi Arabia, that'll allow us to take over all the rest of the British territory down here in the Arabian Peninsula. And then we could also go after Yemen and Oman as well. Take that over. And they'll likely all join that British faction. All that will get us war participation and more territory, of course, as well. Now, this is mostly useless territory, but I feel like we want to get control of all that. So that'll be our next goal after we push through here and get that border with Saudi Arabia. And after the Green Army finishes their order to take Cyprus, we could also do some invasions over here. Yeah, we could try and take Malta from them. Kind of pointless though, as long as they have all Italy. Taking Malta is not going to really help. I'll wait until we get North Africa before we do any further naval invasions. Remember, we don't have control of the sea. Even this naval invasion might be impossible, just because we don't have control of the sea. So I don't know how many British ships are going through here, but we might be quite limited when it comes to naval invasions because our fleet is so tiny. So I don't even know if we can do the naval invasion of Cyprus, but we'll try. We'll try and make it happen if it's possible. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next one, which will be on Tuesday. And thanks for watching.